Hello, everyone. Welcome back to James and Flav for Now, in a podcast that I wouldn't call it a reset because we've got lots of comments and I've got good comments and some that are funny, but I don't know where to go here. Because I know my friend. I know he's hurting. He knows
I'm
me.
not hurting. I'm not hurting. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine.
Yeah. But really, are you fine?
Well, look, Jim, I don't know if you heard, right? Did you know, right, this amazing news the club released this week? It's fucking brilliant. You're going to love this. We've built a £15 million F1 sponsored go-kart track under our stadium.
Good.
Underneath.
Good.
That's good, right? £15 million.
Underneath the stadium?
Something like that. I mean, it is quite impressive, the engineering involved. But yes, they've done that.
Good money, that. That'll be good money for the shareholders.
Great money. Oh, there's a Beyonce concert in the summer.
I know, my mate works at Spurs. I'm trying to get tickets for I've actually got Red Hot Chili Peppers. They're doing that as well, aren't they?
Brilliant. Yes.
That one.
Did you know Lady Gaga is going to be at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium?
So what? And Spurs fans are moaning. What are you moaning about?
What are we moaning? Look what we've got. We've got go-karts. We've got Skywalk. We've got fucking Beyonce playing in our stadium.
But no tin.
But she can't play centre-back, can she?
She can't play on the right of a three. Can she now? I mean, she probably
no,
she
can't. And that's exactly what we'd need. Can she get up and fucking header it away? No.
Well, that single ladies video, there was a lot of cohesion amongst that back three there. So maybe she could.
Maybe she can read the game.
Yeah, I bet she is probably.
And yet we had the same defence that got us knocked out the FA Cup in 2017. That's good. That's
is that true? That's a great stat. Yeah. Good stat.
So
we've had some good stats this week. We built a great stat in the middle of the ripple effect, didn't we?
Yeah, we did.
That was great.
The cost
of defeat. That's what I should have called it. The cost of defeat for Chelsea. It cost Chelsea 220 million to concede from the 229 million to lose.
Skip's goal.
Concede the goal that Oliver Skipp scored. Oliver Skipp, of course, who came through.
Cost
zero.
Yeah.
Just watch Chelsea win the Champions League. You watch.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Just get away with it. Just get away with it every year.
And you know what I was thinking about all this? You know what I was thinking about this, James? Is look, I don't care really anymore. That was an absolutely golden opportunity to go to Wembley and watch Spurs play in the FA Cup final.
Massively. And you know, this is a Spurs team that has beaten Man City, has beaten Arsenal in the past, has beaten all the big sides, could easily do that in a final.
It's only, it would have been, if you avoided them, it would have been Man United or Man City, right? And get it, look, we would go into those games not as favourites, but we've got Man City's number. History retrieves it. So we had a great chance of winning it, right? And it's fine because this is what Tottenham do. This is what we always do: is forget the fucking brilliant opportunity. We will fuck it up, and that's just is. It just is. It's what we are as a football club. We will find a way to absolutely, truly, well and truly fuck something up. And I tell you why I know that, right? It's because I've got a Patreon. We do some preview stuff, and we ask questions. People send them in. We were previewing the Sheffield United, and the first question was, how bad, this is before the game, how badly do we fuck this up? And on it we said, we could absolutely fuck this up. And lo and behold, that's exactly what we did. We finished the game. I was watching it with my dad and went, I knew that was going to happen.
I can't do this anymore. It's like,
it's not even that. I'm past that, James. I've had
past that. What's that then?
That's just nothing.
Oh.
It's just nothing. And you know, and my final thought, and feel free to ask me anything because I feel nothing. I'm happy to talk about anything, and there's no pain involved, right? But I would swap if I had the choice. All this shit about like saying, "Oh, Man City, they're fucking bad for football, really bad." I would fucking grasp just a little bit of the fucking success they've had. And if we had to cheat to do it, I would take it.
Yeah.
I want it, Jim.
Yeah.
I want it so bad.
Honestly, I hear you. I hear you. I am so bored of being moral. Tell me what you want. Would you like my morals? Here they are. Fucking take my morals. Take all of them. Just give me a bit of tin and a day out in the sun. That's what I want.
With my mates. I just want to enjoy things with my friends, right? And tell me what, can I tell my grandchildren about my morals back in 2022? Or will Manchester City fans talk about how they won four Premier Leagues in 5 years? I just want.
Mate, you're where I'm at. I need something. I didn't need something now, mate.
I just need something back.
Just give me something back.
Give me something back, please.
By the way, I feel rude for throwing these cards. So just to say, so this is the footballgame.co, which I chatted to my lot on Twitch about the other day. They're quite nice to shuffle, but it's actually a really wicked game where you basically have these, which is, so for example, it would be German goalkeepers, and then you have another set of cards and it says 20 seconds, and then you have to negotiate. Me and you would be playing a game and we'd have to say, okay, German goalkeepers, you got 20 seconds. How many would you be able to name? You'd say,
it's like lies.
Yeah, it's like lies, yeah, essentially. But they probably had it before lies.
Hang on. Can I?
Oh,
is this?
Actually, wait. Sorry. Can I just explain this? Because Smithy this is interesting. I didn't realise this. So Smithy created lies, right? Smithy was really positive. Yeah, because I was in the first ever episode of Lies with Pieface, or Lieface as he called himself. Smithy was really pushing this game. And basically, the reason I've got this in my hand is because I was walking through Twickenham and a lad I used to play football with Smithy at Oxshott Royals, he was with a mate and they said, which I sort of caught up with him, and he said, I've got this game actually I'm trying to get going. I was like, oh yeah, let me know. I'll give it a shout out. So the footballgame.co, they've got a Kickstarter. I'll get the link and I'll put it in the description. The game's really fun. I played it with Dom, actually. It's really good. I'm going to take out the stag do in a couple of weeks. But has Smithy stolen that? That's if we're all having a go at each other for copying these days.
Do you want to Smithy? Go on, do it then. Do one with me, Jim.
Oh, what, you want to play one? Okay, quickly.
Yeah, let's play.
This would be more fun to talk about football.
Yeah, so much fun. Fuck football, James. James, look at me, James. Just fuck football off. Why do we have to talk about football?
Do you know what, but you can't truly escape it. One, because it's my job, but even we're doing sleep training now for little poor baby Koa, bless him, who you have to let him cry for a bit, and then after 3 minutes go, you're all right, and then leave for 5 minutes, and it just gets bumps up until he drifts off. And so we were doing that. So I wasn't keeping an eye on the football, so I only found out the score this morning, and I don't know if I'm intrigued to know if you do this for me.
Yeah.
So when you see the QPR result and you see we've lost again, is there a little bit? So I did it. I saw myself go. I was like, no. I'm like, come on. I was just like, come on. Like, come on. Beat Sheffield United. That's so. Of course you lost to Sheffield. I mean, and good luck to Sheffield United, but obviously you're my mate, and I'd like to see you win a bloody trophy.
Fuck Sheffield United. Fuck them. I hope they never come up. I hope we never see them again. I hope their entire fucking club disappears down the drain.
Well, they've got a wealthy owner, so don't worry.
Oh, have they?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's
mate,
good.
I'm so worried about QPR. We've got Rotherham at the weekend away from home, and we've got no players left. They're all injured, and I don't know what we're gonna. I don't know if you've had this. Like, you've probably not had that for a while, but there's a moment where you go, I truly have no clue how we're gonna get out of this or win a game. And if we can't beat Rotherham away, we're fucked. And I just like that's when you say
how many points just to stay up.
Give me a deal with the devil. Let's just fix this. Let's just make sure we because I get it. Do you know? Say you had it had been like with Man City. Do you think Man City, when they won Premier Leagues and stuff, they're sort of like half like 10 at night? It's sort of like the adrenaline started to come down, and one of the guys go, sort of cheated, didn't we, guys? Everyone's got a pint. Sort of cheated a bit, though, haven't we? We've spent a bit
Yeah.
We shouldn't have unlimited funds. That feels like too much, doesn't it? And they all go, "Shall we get another drink?" Like, that's it, isn't it? It's not like this. It's not this long-winded wallowing. It's like, well, yeah, but it wouldn't. But that third goal, or after the Watford Cup final, FA Cup final. Oh, but when the sixth one went in, that was good, wasn't it?
It's like, you know,
I need that. I need something.
You can't, like, when Aguero scored that goal, regardless of whether it was financially doped, and this has been something that's been thrown at them for ages.
Oh,
right? Yes, they've been calling them financially doped for ages. Now there's just a bit of evidence. It doesn't mean that they have to deal with different questions. It's like this, in the same way you can't unsuck a cock. You can't take the Aguero goal away from Manchester City.
No, yeah. That fuck's sake. That saliva is in your body. It's in your being, and it's not going anywhere. There's nothing you can do with it. You just have to ride out the shame.
You can't.
And there's no shame in it.
There's no shame in it.
I'm saying it's sometimes it doesn't feel great when you're got that cold, brisk, fleet wind up against your thighs. Don't know why your thighs. I've got my trousers down as well.
So you're on your knees with your trousers down. Why are your trousers down? Why are your trousers down?
I like to feel it on my knees. Tom John said, and there we have the quote of the week. If you do want to become a patron, by the way, I'm not sure why you would. If you somehow actually, do you know what I was actually thinking? The mailbag this week was brilliant. It was really good. We were talking about Flav's been asked to do an interview for Bloomberg, and we were talking about the questions they were asking about fan media, talking about Jake Paul and all of that stuff as well. And it was good. It was actually really good. So if you do want to enjoy all those mailbags, there's 102 of them now, then become a patron.
Premium content.
It's premium content right there. Do you know what's I think a killer for you guys as well is that stupid away kit. Like, if you're going to lose,
it's horrible, isn't it?
Losing your own, like when you lose, like QPR used to do that, losing orange or pink, like, and always when we get into the Premier League, we'll have a snazzy pink fucking away kit. No, we're an embarrassment already. Do you know what I saw as well? I saw a comment. How do you feel about this? Someone said, so they were talking about Newcastle, and they were saying, we don't want to get in the Champions League just to get battered. And I was like, what? Like, you don't want to.
This is the thing, James.
This is happening when there's these gaps. Is that you don't want to achieve because you're just gonna get pumped.
I think they do want to get in. They're just pretending because they feel like they're not going to get in. But this is the thing, James. Right? I was thinking the eternal question you get it every year in Spurs' predicament is, do you want top floor or FA Cup? Would you take fifth and choose FA Cup? And the answer previously would have been, I don't know, because we can keep building, can't we? We can build from the money from the Champions League. Of course we can. That's the logical thing. Fuck that. Trophy is.
Yeah, you're building a go-karting track.
And you've got a chairman, right, who goes, don't worry, because everyone's going to get regulated, and when that happens, we'll be on the level playing field. Every other cunt. Sorry, there goes your monetization.
I'm gone.
There. Did it go with cock?
It went with all of it, didn't it? I just I sort of like I sort of try and like get it up. Do you know what I mean? It's like one step back, 4 steps forward. So
Apologies.
It's all right.
Right. What every other chairman is going, no, do you know what? We'll have a go. Go on. Let's give the manager what he wants. Let's give the manager what he needs that we might have a chance of achieving. Our chairman goes,
no.
I can't. You can't.
You've got a good enough squad there. You've got Richarlison up top. Beat the team in the league below.
Yes, 100%. You're correct. 100%. No, don't get me wrong. That defeat wasn't on Daniel Levy.
Yeah.
But there is a wider problem with him.
Okay.
And we are in a situation where we have championship level defenders playing for Tottenham Hotspur.
Right. Do you know what I found? I was thinking about this the other day. I saw a sticker at where was I? I was at West Brom's. No, where was I? I can't remember what it was. But it was a sticker saying Portsmouth fans are the best or whatever, and like a thing. And I thought, football fans get away with like really weird stuff, like that, and that you can be hard and have stickers on you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
It's not stubborn.
Look.
We had this massive tear up, right? Oh, yeah, look, a couple of people got knocked out, two were arrested. Don't worry, put stickers up everywhere.
No, mate. People don't like to admit this, Jim. Right? I mean, I've said this previously, but football is one of the dorkiest things you can do. It's sad, but it's socially acceptable. It's like Warhammer, effectively.
Yeah.
Stats. Oh, how many stats? How many goals has he scored? What's his average? What's his XG? How's he overperforming against his XG? Oh, and then the other side is just let's all get on the same train, all wear the same clothes, right? And then when we meet each other, we're going to batter the fuck out of each other for these clubs that don't give a fuck about us. It's great.
Yeah. I love all things like, imagine any other walk of life, just to get your point across, singing in rhyme.
Yes. Should we all have a good sing song? Yep. Well, here we go. And we're singing louder than you. I'll go, we're better.
You know, it goes through me when one person tries to make a joke in song form loud. Like, I'm just like, ugh! No, you're only here for the
I'm just angry and bitter. Has he got to go? Jim?
Not tonight. Not tonight. It's Stellini, isn't it? Stellini's got to go then, isn't he? He's got to return, hasn't he? He's got to return, hasn't he?
Has he got to return?
He's got to return.
I was all for him saying
Antonio Conte has to return tonight.
Have you ever known a situation like this, James, where your manager you don't know if your manager is manager in your football club? You're not sure. He might be.
How do we solve this pain that we feel all the time? What's the easier life? Do we just need to switch off here? I can't do this anymore. What I will say, Vlad, what I will say. And first of all, one must beware 6 days ago we beat Tottenham. Chelsea. Okay. So
on top of the world then.
When we scored, we hadn't scored at the Loft End since October. And when we scored, actually that's not true. That's not true. A meaningful goal. We'd scored like a consolation. When we scored the equaliser on Saturday, it was electric. It was like, do you know what? Because I found myself, I watch a lot of football where I'm not that bothered, right? Huh? We lost 3-1, yeah. But we made it 1-1. We made it 1-1 and we were looking good. And then Ilias Chair, because the thing with QPR, right, is Ilias Chair, who's like attacking creative player, great. Chris Willock, attacking creative player, great. Tyler Roberts, not great, but attacking creative player. And Lyndon Dykes, our main striker, all out. So it's really hard for us to score a goal. So when Ilias Chair was on the pitch and creating stuff, we scored a goal and then he got injured. Then the place was rocking. It was class. And then about 5 minutes later, he got injured and you just thought, shit. But yeah, what I will say, despite all our moaning, when that goal went in, I felt brilliant. It felt so good. And we will win again. Not this year, but we'll win again. I felt your pain when I saw the result. I did.
Oh, man, it's just fucking, it is what it is. We could just.
No, it's not though, is it? It's like, come on. You're just like, come on, Tottenham. It's there. Because even that you moaning about the regulation stuff, like I'm hoping he's right.
Oh yeah, I'm. So what was like? I'm not even saying, James, go out and break the rules. I'm just saying that we have £400 million buffer before we break the rules that we could spend.
Right.
And he won't do it. Maybe he doesn't have £400 million to do it with. But for me, I'm looking at it. We're the fourth richest club in the world if you take away Man City because they cook their books. Right, because they're number one apparently. They generate more revenue than Real Madrid and Manchester United apparently. But if you take them away, then Spurs are fourth in the world, right? So if that's the case, surely there is some money to spend,
right? Yeah,
and if you're in this world, and I get that I get that what we have compared to what you lot are going through at the moment, there's nothing we should moan about. But we exist, and we're having to compete. You don't have to sit and compete with fucking Liverpool.
No,
Man City
I get it.
And you're not constantly in a fishbowl where every result is like.
yeah. That's true. Do you know what I just realised?
Yeah.
Do you know, if this was Man United and he'd been playing there that long, Ben Davies would be despised. Yeah, he seems to generally he seems to stay away from being a scapegoat.
He's a good lad.
He's a good lad, and he's a good Welsh boy. That was terrible.
Yeah. He's a good lad, Ben Davies. He tries his hardest, and you can't hate that.
He always gets away with it, doesn't he? Whereas Eric Dyer's like a chump, isn't he? Eric Dyer gets kind of like Ben Davies just gets away with it.
But Ben Davies has never made, as far as I can remember, in these 300 appearances for Tottenham, he's never made any catastrophic errors. He's a steady Eddie, 5-6 out of 10 through a season. Whereas Dyer has literally booted balls in his own net. I think that's probably why he gets a little bit more sick.
Can't wait for him to make a blunder this weekend.
I mean, with Romero next to him, things are different. That's the thing. We didn't play Kane, we didn't play Kulusevski, and we didn't play Romero. And then when they all came in, we did concede, so it doesn't really matter. But it's just one of them. Like Tanganga, it's not his fault if he gets picked. But if he keeps getting picked, I might have to try and run him over.
Tanganga's a great run him over. Tanganga's a great example of. So when your team's struggling and you start going, get this youngster in, beware Tanganga. because the cycle of how often this happens where they go, no, just get the kid in who I've barely seen, who's apparently brilliant.
Mate, we've had that with Jed Spence this year.
Yeah, the same happens with
get him in,
Scott Sinclair. Sinclair Armstrong's a player of ours. He's like, everyone's like, get him on, because he's about 17, 18, and he causes chaos, right? He's got a terrible first touch. It's bad. And he gets away with it because he's got so much like energy, and that's great. And hopefully you can refine him, and he'll be a good enough player. But you can't be going, get him on, and that'll solve it. And Tanganga, when he first got a couple of games, everyone's like, look at him, he's Maldini. And
he
then,
played great
now
against Liverpool and Man City. That was the thing. He had two really good games. He's not a chump. It's not his fault. He's just not at the level. And that's fine.
But it's the psychology of it. It's very difficult, right? You come in, it's new and exciting, and then you have to then be a pro, and you've got to be good all the time, and you've got to deal with the pressure of being a pro. And that's what numerous... Yeah, Januzaj, great example. If you've got any more, put them in the chat. One must beware Januzaj. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
this happened millions of times. And I bet it's happening for I don't want to make this a bit because it's not fair to say like young lads who aren't going to be good enough, but it happens all the time. And yeah, Tanganga's one of those.
Jim, I saw something on TikTok.
My TikTok's been banned, and I'm annoyed by that. If you work for TikTok and listen to this podcast, for God's sake, please help me out and sort this out because it's taken ages to build up 70-odd K on that. Anyway, go on. Sorry, what? Oh, did you send me a TikTok? I can't click on it because my TikTok's been banned. Yeah, one must beware Makeda. Exactly.
Yeah, Nat Phillips. Who's he?
Nat Phillips doesn't work because he's not young.
I don't know who he is. Who is
he's
he?
Like 25, 26 now. He plays for Liverpool or has played for Liverpool. What were you going to say about TikTok?
Well, I just saw these two guys talking, and some people when they're pissing. If they've got joggers on, they pull the waistband underneath the balls and have the balls and the willy while they wee. That and it was like this to me when I was listening to it, I was like, no one does that, do they? And it just got me thinking, how many men out there when they're having the wee,
Yeah.
do they pull their trousers down and have their balls out?
Yeah, that's
while they're pissing.
That's unnecessary.
I don't know if anyone does, but it just alarmed me.
If you do, why? That'd be good to know. Right. So, Jim Big Laugh Award. You remember last week, George Davies made a brave comment. He said, "James, would it be possible to start adding chapters to these video podcasts?"
Yeah,
we calmly explained to him that was a no-go.
Yeah, that's fine, isn't it?
AB11 came to the rescue. This made me laugh. He popped in the chapters. It says beginning of the pod 0.01. The George Davies incident 26:49. Rest of the pod 30:06.
Good work.
Thanks for the chapters there, mate. Well done.
Can you share your stream, please?
Yes. Someone actually did it as well, and I did put those chapters in. If George, again, pulling at this thread because it would make life easier for us. If you do want to do chapters, I would absolutely love it. But could you also just DM them to me so I can copy and paste them into the description? And then they become actual chapters.
Possible.
Yeah, just make it as easy as possible for me. Because busy boy. Top 10 podcasts.
If people, if you don't want to do it, like Louis came out and tweeted saying, "I will do it. I hear what people are saying. I know they want it." It is such a boring thing to do. Don't feel like you have to do it.
Yeah.
If
you do it, you're a hero. But don't be George and just go, "Oh, good Joe, could you do it?" And George obviously isn't listening this week because he was bad.
He has been bad.
So that made me laugh. Jamie, I've recently found myself to have gained a lot of self-confidence. I feel much less insecure than I used to. Brilliant news, Jamie.
That's good. Good for you, Jamie.
However, at times I feel myself becoming too arrogant. In these times, I genuinely say to myself, one must beware hubris.
Hubris.
I picked this up from you, James, and this has really helped me to stay humble with my newfound self-confidence. Thanks, James.
That's good.
It is amazing how that's caught on, that one. People seem to really like that one.
Yeah.
I should get the clip. I'll find the clip, but we'll do it on a mailbag. You can hear the voice. One must beware hubris. Problem is, I'm worried I've got it wrong. That's the only thing. We don't want that. But anyway, this made me laugh. My dad met once. This is a bit that if you're new to the podcast, we've got loads of different bits. Do you know, and this running order is an absolute mess. And I looked at it earlier on. There's so many weird little bits, like Slugs in the Wild. Dean Morgan is the type of guy. Adult to a child. Curry panic. More wrong than Rory. Sandwich chat. All sorts. Happened, but did it happen? All sorts of nonsense. But my dad met once is one that we have in here as well. Okay. And this made me laugh. There we are. So, last week, me and my family went to Rome. While visiting the Pantheon, my dad, who felt a bit ill, decided to sit outside and wait until the rest of us had finished. Hope he's all right. When we got out, my dad explained to me that he had just seen Jason Punchin. Remember Jason Punchin, Crystal Palace?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Apparently, Jason was spotted standing next to a water fountain, taking a picture with his other half. He had an ice cream in one hand, and while concentrating on taking the perfect picture, managed to drop the ice cream off of his cone and smearing it all down his white shirt. Unfazed by the inconvenience, Jason removed his shirt to reveal a secondary white shirt identical to the one on top underneath. It was as if Jason has a history of dropping food down his top and now bought 2 of every shirt that he wears. I grabbed the nearest spoon from an ice cream shop and I could find and went looking for Jason to take a picture. However, he had disappeared. No doubt he was going back to his hotel to replace the protective shirt layer he had lost to his pistachio ice cream. I just like the idea that Jason Punchin's just really clumsy with his food. Jason Punchin, he had a little moment, didn't he? He was good, wasn't he?
Didn't we work with him at Ball Street on something? I feel like we did, but maybe not. Don't know. Great podcast.
Yeah, I think we did do something once. Alan Brown. Okay. Interested to get your reaction on this, Fav.
Okay.
This made me laugh, but not in the normal way.
Then.
Here we go. Alan Brown. I'd love to see you guys do a video on how FFP is affecting the game.
I mean, we've talked a lot about...
As it stands, there is nothing fair about the regulations. Yes, the rules help preventing less wealthy clubs from overspending and becoming insolvent, but let's face facts. The current regulations favour the most wealthy clubs massively, helping ensure their position at the top of the league and preventing others from breaking in. Even a club like Newcastle, with the richest owners in the world, are unable to compete with the spending of the established top six. I'd love to see a video of us, as he says at the start, talking about FFP, comparing the wealth of clubs, their intake and spending, including salaries over the past 5 years. Over the past 5 years, Flav. So, yeah, get on that. I think this would clearly show how FFP favours the clubs that have been most successful and how difficult it would be for others to compete. This could also be a time to highlight the clubs' managers that do so well when operating with severely limited funds.
Well, Alan, surely you've seen how busy we are, and if you think that's a good idea, and clearly you put a lot of thought into it because you want over 5 years of research done, then you're on the wrong fucking channel. Or well, maybe James might do it. Or certainly not.
You fucking idiot.
No, do you know what? I'm not actually that.
You start. Well, I am. I'm fucking. What are you fucking Alan Brown? You egg.
Egg.
You fucking. Have you listened to this podcast before? We don't do that. I'm not. I do enough work trying to make valuable, insightful content. This isn't that.
Alan, this is so. What you just said is so fucking boring. It's unbelievable. It's so fucking boring. But can I just say something, James?
I've just made a right mess with these cards.
James, can I just say something?
Fucking hell, Alan.
I
know the channel's got bigger. I get it. There's more people watching. But understand what we're trying to do here.
You're a piece of work. You're a right piece of work, Alan. Can I just say something, though, James? James, are you listening to me?
No.
Listen to me. I think he's got a point.
Oh, yeah, great point.
He's got a point.
Oh, he's got a great point. That's not.
It's a great point.
Beyond question.
We're just not going to do a video about it.
I'm not doing a video on it. And we're not doing a video on it. We're not doing a video on it.
I'm definitely not doing a video on it. I don't even have a YouTube channel.
That's like, there's a lad on Twitter. There's a lad on Twitter, sorry. Twice this week, he's not understood my sarcasm. I can't have it.
Well, what happened?
He saw the title for the podcast talking about the takeover, and he tweeted saying, I'm going to watch this, but I don't think you'll have anything good to say because you're not Man United fans, and you won't have done the because I'm not a Man United fan. You won't have done the due diligence, something like that. And I replied, going, I wouldn't watch it then, mate. You're only getting annoyed.
You're only getting annoyed.
But the fact that you know, like, just get it. And then I tweeted, he has to go tonight. Everyone knows that's a joke. Everyone in the world knows that's a joke. President Obama knows that's a joke. And he goes, oh, James, I expect better from you. You're not supposed to give him this hyperbolic That's twice now. And now Alan's expecting us to do research on financial stuff. No.
Sure, I reckon we should see if Alan wants to meet up for a scrap.
Yeah. I'm not really. I don't fight often, but for you, Alan, I'm going to make an exception.
Alan Brown can get it.
Yeah, just mind blowing.
I do. Just on that quickly, it's quite interesting. I do think that he should. There should be a relaxation of smaller clubs being able to speculate if they have the cash, and the higher up you go, the more restrictive it should be.
So it's a great point, Alan, because
It's quite interesting, actually, Alan.
There's a really good interview with the owners of QPR on the channel from last week. I'm just going to stop this streaming to you because it's making it juddery, mate.
Okay, no problem.
And and in it they talk about it. So QPR, the problem QPR have is because of our FFP fine, and it'd be nice to see if anyone else got an FFP fine, but it only seems to be the teams that don't have the money to spend their way out of it. Anyway, because of our fine, we can't spend more money. We have owners who have money, but they can't spend more money because of FFP.
For how long?
Another I think another 5 years at least. So
why not?
Because of the fine that's been moved along, is over time. You only have a certain amount of FFP headroom, and because of that fine, that cuts into that, and so we can't spend more. Right. So you're just restricted by it. Yeah, and one of the owners says that, although it is incredibly frustrating because we could, make changes, it's making people spend less or not spending what they can't, or what they shouldn't. And he said the market would be, although we could then spend money and we could be getting into the Premier League, everyone could be doing that more so, and then
it inflates the market.
Inflates the market. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So no, really good comment, Alan.
Yeah, nice one, Alan. Nice one, Al.
Cheers.
Hope you're having a good day.
But that said, in an unprecedented move, and hopefully you'll support me on this, Flav, 4-week ban. Yeah.
4 weeks.
I mean, that is that's so far beyond anything that we would ever like. And he's put the work into at least George, it was one sentence.
Yeah. Get me some chapters.
4 weeks. Unbelievable. And this made me laugh. So we were talking about people when they sort of sleepwalk when they're drunk and they'll wee in the corner of a room. Seems like a lot of people do it.
Really?
Rod Cosmic said, I once got so drunk that when my partner woke up, she found me sitting on the floor of the kitchen naked and eating my way through a bag of salt.
That's wonderful.
Really good. Very good stuff. Right, what else we got? Oh, yeah. In terms of football chat, I put this tweet out, and I am going to do a video on this, but I'm intrigued to know what you think about this. So, I don't know where it came from. I don't know how it got into my head. And then if anyone else does this video first, I'll be well annoyed. Anyway, what is the correct definition of world class? Now, I got a lot of different ideas on this. I'm intrigued to know if yours are the same. The best one was Rob. Rob did well. Rob Armstrong, who we were talking about on the mailbag.
Was we? Oh, yeah. The BT
the BT guy. Yeah, it's funny. I said, so give me, in a sentence, give me the definition of world class.
What did he say?
He said, hang on, I'm just going to get it on the stream. He said he gives you 7 out of 10 every week, only misses a couple of games a season for weddings or stags, always pays his match fees on time, and always gets a round in after the game.
Class.
World class.
World class.
Very good. Hugh Woosencroft said, world class in your era and any other. You could be the best right back in the world right now, but if you couldn't hold your own compared to the best 100 ever in your position, then you're out.
Then that's where it becomes completely subjective.
So I want to know if you agree or disagree with these as we sort of pick apart.
Go for it.
I think the parameters are... So what do you think about that? So because I think when it comes to world class, you have to create some space to allow for the conversation of being world class. So you need enough spaces at any time to allow that to be. So
it was like a tier list, right?
Kind of.
Of world class.
So for me, my definition generally was, are you in the top 2 in your position in the world? Top 3, maybe at a push.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think that's fair. So you kind of have to remove Ronaldo, remove Messi from the conversation.
Okay.
Because then they're above world class, right? Well, if Harry Kane is world class, but he's nowhere near as good as Messi is, then
so that's a very good point. Very good point. Because Sam Homewood, he said this, and I was taken aback. If I can find it. Come on, Sam, where are you? Hang on, let's see if I can find it.
And I'm thinking like, well, Eriksen at Tottenham, was he world class? That's a tough one to answer. Was he?
Who?
Eriksen at Tottenham.
See, that's what I mean.
Is he world class?
Is it a level of playing, or are there only so many places?
It's really nonsense because
so here
there's no way to truly define it. It is interesting to talk about.
But it is interesting. Yeah. So here we go. He said, Sam Homer said, the best player in the world at the time at the time of asking, sets the standard. Who else? And then it's who else is meeting it. So he said, so you can only have one world-class player? Someone replied. He said, no, of course not. How have you come to that conclusion? I'm saying the best player on the planet is the very definition of world-class. And then those who operate around that level in their position are also world-class.
World-class. I like that. That feels comfortable.
Does it? I think that's an interesting way of looking at it. But what that means then is that you essentially have Messi and Ronaldo are world class for the last 15 years, and there's not a single other player that's been world class.
You've got to take them away. You can't include them. They are above everything.
But that goes against what you said at the start.
Yeah, so just what I'm saying is, if you take them away and don't consider them a part of the conversation because they are so good that no one compares to them, you just then start talking about the mere mortals, right? So if Harry Kane is world class, what other players could you put in that bracket? Lewandowski, Benzema. Who else?
Lewandowski, Benzema.
Haaland, maybe.
Haaland, sure. Haaland.
Right, so there you've got a handful. You've got a handful of world-class players, and that makes sense to me.
Okay, but does it not? See, it's falling down because of the Messi thing. Has Messi?
I told you. Imagine he doesn't exist.
Why not though? Why are we having caveats?
Because they are two players. If a conversation about what a world-class player is, they are two that fuck up all the conversation. Because Messi, throughout his career, is double the player that Harry Kane is. You can't put them in the same bracket. They are god tier. They're gods.
Right. So they're above world class. They're goat tier.
They on their own. They're great. Exactly.
Goats.
Goat class. Exactly. So they belong with Messi, Pele, Maradona, and Ronaldo. Probably four.
Right.
I think that's the way I would do it.
Steve Crossman coming for me here. It's a shame. That is a shame. I've just read that.
That's a shame. What?
It's up there with the worst debates of all time. Simply because nobody agrees on a definition. So everyone is effectively arguing different things. Would never ever do this on the radio. Fucking calm down, Steve.
What was this? Is he who is he?
Steve Crossman is I thought when I did the process, I did the hurricane tapes. I did an interview with Steve then and got in touch with him then because I absolutely love the hurricane tapes. So I've been only glowing about his work.
I don't think that's an attack on you, James.
I feel attacked.
I don't think so. I know you do, but I don't think it is. I think I agree with him.
Would never ever do that. Is turning your nose up at YouTube soon, Steve. Okay, so just be careful.
You must beware hubris.
Yeah, you must beware hubris, Steve. I get what you're saying. It's thing is though, I think that attitude, Steve. Going off Steve now, poor bloke. I would say you're missing an opportunity of enjoyable debate there. But what I do agree with is that you have to agree. You have to agree on a definition. Now, this debate is agreeing on the definition, or having a look at them and exploring the different definitions. But if you then go from there, if you were to do a video, right, who's world class? I think you at the start of a video or a radio show, you should create a criteria and work within that.
So what is your favourite criteria then, James?
Well, so you're saying brackets. I like the way you're visualizing it. I think that works. I think I don't think there is a right or probably a wrong answer.
There's just a preferred one.
There's just different ones, yeah. So, because Hugh's saying that. So, like, say who's the best. So there's not a load of great left backs right now. Let's say that, right? So say Alphonso Davies is the best left back in the world, right? Is Hugh saying would he hold his own compared to the best 100 ever left backs in world football?
100 ever? Yeah.
That's what he's saying.
But he's not in the same conversation as Maldini.
No, see, that's where I think Hugh falls down a little bit there because I think that's 100's too many.
Yeah, 100's way too many.
So there we go.
Top
so
10.
Hugh, nice try. But no, I'll see you later for ESPN. Literally, I'm seeing him later. Kirsten Stewart, I love this discussion as well. Nice start to the tweet. Better start to the tweet.
Who was that last one?
Can we come open with this kind of discussion?
Is that Kristen?
Can we enjoy ourselves.
From Bull Street?
Kristen Stewart.
Who you knew from Bull Street?
That's Kristen Hennage.
No. I thought
He's the
footy writer.
Yeah, footy writer. That's it. Spoken about him multiple times before. I personally say best 11 players in the world in that position. World class, best in the world. That's fine if we're doing that.
Who's the GOAT? Who's the world class right back at the moment? It's Hakimi, isn't it?
You got Hakimi.
But
it's funny how like where Trent would be in that now. He's had Reece James injury prone.
He's not. There's only one. There's not even. I mean, tell me the best right back in the Premier League right now, Jim. Just tell me. I've got an answer for you.
Trippier.
I've got an answer for you. Well, no, actually, statistically, it is Trippier. Yeah. But if you want to take my opinion, which is not based in stats, I'm going to say Emerson Royale all day. And I'm not joking.
Yeah, I think I
did actually. As soon as you said Trippier, Trippier statistically is the most effective player in the Premier League.
Yeah, he's very good. I mean, he's crucial. He's a bit of a playmaker for them. I think that Cancelo. Look how much Cancelo's dropped off in the last 6 months. Crazy.
This is what I'm saying. It's so important that you need everything to be in the right place to really achieve.
Yeah.
Like Cancelo's had one little row with he's dropped off a cliff.
So this is a bit more of a calmer take on it. A consistent performer that performs at a high level regardless of the opponent on the occasion. That's fine. Connor, for me, if I were to call players world class, they are at least in the top 10, though preferably top 5 in the world in their position. See, I think top 3. I actually think top 3 is fair.
All right, give me your top 3 attacking midfielders. It's like there's too many to put in 3, and they do different things. It's a very difficult conversation, and that's why it always creates debate. It's because no one can really agree, which is why it's always a good video. It's a good title.
It's great radio.
Great radio. Leave it, Jim. Leave it.
I've had enough beef this year. No, I'm not. I like Steve. I'm joking. I'm completely joking. For God's sake, please don't anyone make a thing of it. There was one really good one from someone. I actually screenshotted it, and it will be a video. So again, back off. But it was someone said, and this is stolen from my boss, Bill Simmons, at the Ringer. Where is it? Here we go. So, here you go. This is from Haraku Nakagawa. So this is, from, I think Bill Simmons did this. Aliens come to Earth and challenge us to a match. If we lose, they blow up the planet. The 18-person squad for the match is world class. That accounts for class, reliability in a big moment and makes it real. You need a functioning team.
That's it. So what I don't know if we'll be able to do it now, but what is our world? No, this is a video.
Oh, this is a video. This is a video. So, but I like that one.
That's really good. That was good.
Can walk into any team in the world. Top 3 in the world in that position. Lots of people think different things. I'm generally of the idea of, would you make I was thinking, would you make the squad? But if the squad needs to work, does that mean you're going to get bumped out? See, that's where I think that's why I then move towards top 3 in your position, I would say.
Yeah. Just quickly, if you had to have a goalkeeper who you'd put in goal to save the planet, who would it be? I can't. How many good goalkeepers are at the moment?
Yeah. I think Martinez just won it, hasn't he? Did you see that they're thinking of making a rule so that he can't do his for penalties? You know, we're talking about how you got to stay on the line.
Yeah.
They're thinking of bringing in a rule for that so that what Martinez did can't happen again.
What did he do? I can't remember.
You know, it was like the rule I wanted was that the goalie cannot touch the ball unless he's saving it. Because he picked up the ball and then like didn't give it to him or something like that. I can't even remember what it was. Catherine don't remember.
Yeah, it's pretty vulgar stuff, but what? So they want a rule to stop him from being a dick, basically.
Yeah, essentially. Right. I've got it somewhere. I can't remember where it is. Do you know what I got sent this as well? Price per point. This is a video as well. So and again, another one is mine. Although I'm stealing it from an article. See, there are no original ideas. Pounds, in terms of pounds per point, what do you think? Which club's got the best?
Pounds per point? In the Premier League?
I actually did this video, didn't I, at the back end of last year?
I would say probably Bournemouth.
No. Bournemouth's mid-table when it comes to the pounds per point league.
Well,
by the way, it looks like Peterborough are winning the draw league at the moment. 16 draws.
It's Brighton.
It's Brentford. Brighton are just behind them.
Of course, it's Brentford.
Brentford 1.3 million per point. So, with that knowledge in mind, Brentford 1.3 million per point. You can probably guess who's bottom in terms of price per point. This doesn't afford for what's the word amortization. Amortization aside.
Oh, Chelsea.
Yeah, how many million per point do you think it's cost them?
Well, one goal cost them 229 million the other day. I don't know, mate. 10 million? I don't know.
18.95 million per point.
Oh, they are a
funny old game, isn't it? Funny old game.
What couldn't happen to a nicer club?
You want Daniel.
Yeah, if it works, of course. Yeah, if it works.
Just spend all the money.
I don't want them to spend all the money. I just don't want to see fucking Ben Davies.
A large
amount. I don't want to see Eric Dyer, Ben Davies, and Sanchez ever start a game together ever again. I don't give a shit if we win everything. I just don't want to see that.
I hear that.
Just on that note, though, we're currently top of the form table in the Premier League.
Are you?
Yeah, it's mad. Arsenal had that. They lost and drew. They've won the last 3. We've won 4 of our last 5. And if we beat Wolves, we'd have won 5 or 6, and we're flying.
That leans into your fishbowl thing that you're talking about. It's amazing that you're kind of like, I can't do this anymore, and you got the best form in the Premier League.
Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous.
You know, Ivan Toney's pleading guilty.
Has he? I didn't know that.
Yeah. And so he's going to get a ban, and the ban might happen before the end of the season. And my mates who are Brentford fans are like, yes, give him a 6-month ban, then we can't sell him. Then no one can buy him.
Of course they can.
Yeah, I guess
they can. What is it? How long do you think the ban might be? Is it mooted?
I don't think it's been mooted.
I think we should be a couple of years, I reckon. A couple of years?
I think it'd be 6 months at a push, I would have thought.
Oh, fuck, don't do it when the season ends. Do it when the season starts. That's really hurt him.
Is what it is. Right, no. This is a bit in the podcast where we...
Look, I'll give you an example. Yesterday was further testament to when I first looked at Richarlison when he turned up at Spurs, and I just thought, no. And that performance yesterday was fucking shocking. Everyone was saying, put him in, we've got to wait till he's in his preferred position. And that still might be the case, right? It's just one game. And you've got to give players time. And he does play up front as first choice striker for Brazil. But I just don't rate him very highly.
Do you know, when you see him at the World Cup and you see that he's the number 9, you're like, no.
Something's not right there.
Something's not right there. Yeah, I know what you mean.
I just don't think he's very good.
Just to come back on that, no. Wake it.
That's the thing, isn't it?
Why is it? Why?
Nike.
Luminous
Honestly,
socks. Terrible.
Nike have been our worst kit manufacturer ever that we've ever had, including Pony, in my opinion.
That Pony one's kind of cool.
All you get is template kits. Constantly get template kits. Like Barcelona's training kit was our first team kit the other day, like a couple of seasons ago, brother.
Really? That's rubbish.
Design us something of our own.
Let's play a game of this right at the end of the pod. Jamie Smith, my inner monologue groans no. Every time Steve McManaman is on co-coms for BT Sport, the only positive to Liverpool's Champions League campaign ending early. Well, not out of it yet.
I think they'll do something. I genuinely think they'll do something in Madrid.
You're calling it.
I think they could do it.
Little bit of promo, if it's okay. We're doing. I was just saying to Flav before. I'm really excited about the Ripple Effect podcast, which is going to come out tomorrow. I think we've basically looked at La Remontada, which was the game between PSG and Barcelona when they won 6-1, because that game changed football forever. Dum dum dum.
Did it?
It's a really good. I'm really excited. I heard the rough cut of it this morning, and I think people are going to really like it. It's almost a little bit video essay, but with a bit more chat. So I think you'll enjoy it. And also we're third in the charts, so please just do the 5-star rating thing for me,
mate. The fact that you're staying there is really positive.
So pleased. And I know loads of you have done it, and I know you're sick of me saying it, but I don't know what else I'm supposed to do.
You can only do it once, mate. So...
I don't know what else I'm supposed to do.
They can only do it once, James.
Do you know what there's some pundits with Steve McManaman think? Because I kind of go, I don't say no. I go still.
Thing is, it's not a no. When you hear Steve McManaman, you're more like, oh, for fuck's sake, rather than no. It's the wrong. He's not. You can't. It's not like no. I don't accept this. This is like I'm not having this. No. Well, not for me.
I guess so. I'm sort of like still, as in like, is it what he's the guy to go to? But then, if you think of his career, like he won the Champions League, played for Liverpool, played for Real Madrid, played for Man City, I guess as well. If you want to chuck that in there. So he did have a great career, although sometimes you don't feel like he did, but he did.
Yeah, he did have a great career, but he's just a bit of a tit.
Diabetes 98. So this is one where. Do you ever have this with your missus where you start watching something and then, I don't know, really quite early in you go, I'm in. You turn to each other and go, oh, I'm in.
Yeah.
We started that yesterday. On BBC, there's a thing called The Traitors.
I've seen that.
Have you watched it all? Oh, okay,
not all of it. No, I've seen bits and pieces.
All right, we're like, a couple of minutes in, we're like, oh, yeah, I'm in. This comment, I started to read it and I went, I'm not going to keep reading it because I'm up against it. But I thought it was good. Anyway. My no moment was during my first year of uni. That week's long period was where everyone is in the same boat and trying to make friends.
Yeah.
Got talking to a guy in my history lecture, and he seemed okay. At the end of it, he asked if I wanted to come back to his halls and hang out. So I thought, why not? Red flag 1. What he didn't tell me was that he didn't live in halls, but lived off campus. So 50 minutes later, I arrive at his shared flat. I was slightly annoyed by this, but hey, not the end of the world. Red flag 2. 50 minutes is a long time. You get to know someone in that time. I've made a grave error. He's boring, obnoxious, and strange. That's a horrible cocktail. He's boring, obnoxious, and strange. He was showing me what I can only describe as the most basic milk toast, troll face, memes, and belly laughing at them. We had nothing. Yeah, we had nothing in common. He talked over me, was kind of mean-spirited, and would stare at me after making a joke to see if I smiled, not stopping until I did. Red flag 3. At his, the football comes up. Finally, shared interest. I ask him what his favourite team is. He says those magic words. I have 5. Yeah, that's the first time I've heard that. I have 5. He supports, I think it was Barcelona, Bayern Munich, Juventus, Marseille, and of course, Man City.
Get out.
I asked him, he is a serial killer. I asked him if he's from Manchester. He said, "Nah, I just like Aguero. He's from Hull." What's your favourite player? Messi. I'm just a fan of the game, so I like watching all the best teams. I make a limp joke about supporting your local team, and he looks at me coldly and says, what's that supposed to mean? This is horrible. It's like a horror story, isn't it? Good fucking God, just end it now. As soon as he got out his Messi Barca shirt, I just thought, no, actually, I don't think I will. I got out of there, but I had 50 minutes on the way back to mull it over. I've never felt more held hostage or socially snookered my entire life.
Socially snookered. Let us know your socially snookered situations before. That is genius.
That is good. Yeah.
Yeah. Let us know your socially snookered. Oh, I've been snookered here.
That's really good. Socially snookered. Oh, okay. Please think of good ones for that. I'd like that to be a bit. Jack Bridger, my no moment came when I met my ex-girlfriend's parents for the first time. She had warned me about them for a while, but I thought she was no doubt exaggerating. No, she was not. They ran a fish and chip shop, so she thought it would be a good idea for us to pop in and say hi. I walked in to see this mammoth of a woman and a wiry-looking Cypriot man standing next to the freezers in the kitchen. Her mum said, "Hi, Jack. I've heard a lot about you." I'm
next to the freezers in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Specific detail.
Oh, wait. Yeah. I'm sure you're a nice lad, but if you're not, just remember where this freezer is and remember how easy it will be for you to fall into it. I was stunned, but more concerningly, her stepdad didn't say a word. He just sat there menacingly slapping a frozen cod against his own hand throughout the encounter. My immediate thought on the relationship was, no.
No.
But I was trapped by the fear of Miss Trunchbull cutting me up into little pieces and serving me alongside chips for the foreseeable future. Scraps, they're called, I think.
Yeah.
Top comments. Joe Marston, I once served Gareth Ainsworth while working at the Starbucks in my local motorway services, brackets not fleet. As a Pompey fan, I was bemused to see him due to the miserable trips to Adams Parks over the years. However, he immediately impressed me with a power move. There was a medium to well-sized queue behind him. He wanted to browse the bakery items on offer. Without a second's thought, he took a step back, leaned back, apologised to the lady behind him and browsed with a look of intent. He took around 2 minutes browsing before deciding on an item and told me his order. I remember it was a soy flat white, some sort of muffin. He was very polite, I must add. Good old Gareth. Gareth loves a power move. That's why he wears a leather jacket to football matches and snake boots.
Has he started his work there yet?
Yeah, he was there on Saturday. Did
he do one of them?
Well, his thing's Wild Thing. He came out to Wild Thing. Wild Thing.
What?
Dun, dun, dun.
What?
Yeah,
he had an entrance. No. It's not. No.
This is the big show.
So, hang on. You're saying to me, James, right? You're saying to me that he, at half time, had entrance music because he walked onto the pitch.
Half time.
And
before the
that
game
entrance
started.
was Wild Thing. And he comes out like this.
Yeah, so when he
make my heart
with his leather jacket and his long hair, because that was his thing. When he used to score, he'd do that celebration and he'd do that. Wow. He'd play air guitar because he's the lead singer of his own little band.
Was you singing along, Jim?
Yeah. I was like, you make everything
groove it.
Yeah. I was thinking, I'll be honest, after one win in 18, I was thinking, I get it, but let's win and play at the end, shall we?
Definitely.
Yeah.
You could do a whole fucking concert if you keep them up.
Imagine if they played it at the end. Thank God they didn't play at the end. It was a bit of a power move from the fans, actually. It was such a disappointing performance, and yet we were singing his name at the end. It was a kind of like, we're behind this guy. We're behind this guy. Please, for the love of God, let's get this moving. Good luck, Gareth, this weekend. Please beat Rotherham. Joe 3330, just got my mates to watch the White Teeth Chronicles. All 4 of us were crying by the end. It gets me every time. I just chuck that in there because there'll be a lot of people that listen to the podcast now that weren't there right at the start. Go on YouTube, search Ball Street White Teeth Chronicles, and you will enjoy the story. It's Jaffin through and through. It's a rite of passage. This might be a new bit as well. Charles Fairs, that guy. I've always said to my friends, as long as there's a divorced bloke with his hair slicked back, wearing a shiny shirt in a club, you aren't the worst proposition there. Every club I've ever been to has had that guy. So let's know who that guy in different scenarios. That there always is. There's always that guy, whatever you want it to be. What I'd also find funny is I don't know why Charles put that comment in. I don't. Just thinking out loud. Just thinking out loud.
I just want to bring up something from the comments last week. Kai, our Kai.
Okay.
He says gravy, pasta, cheese, and chicken is his favourite meal of all time. Gravy, pasta, cheese, and chicken.
That's so
cheese
sick.
And that what is the fuck is wrong with you, mate?
1 week ban, easily.
Well, no, I mean he's got work to do for you, and I still owe him 50 quid, so can't ban him.
Ban for the pod. Kai also uploads the pod to Spotify. Oh, by the way, this podcast is on Spotify and Apple Podcasts if you want to listen to it. Yeah.
Oh yeah, so, we want to boost our numbers up. We want to boost our numbers up, don't we?
We do. We also need to bloody decide on the live show.
Let me speak to my guy.
No, bullshit. That is your email of like. I go. I will get back to you at a more convenient time.
No, James. No. We have a venue. The current stumbling block.
I know we have a venue. I know all this stuff. Just pick a fucking date.
The current stumbling block, James, is that he needs to check if the PA system is working. So I'll call him and ask him if it is working. And it's going to be a Monday night. Because we were going to do it on Tuesday, but it has to be a Monday night.
Okay. That's good.
So, all's good.
Okay. Last few bits. Cool at school. So the trainer was saying, what were things that were cool at school? Oliver, Fiffian, trends at school. We used to play a game called Beat the Letter. Involved two teams, the letters and the beaters. The letter team would pick a word and distribute a letter to each team member. The beaters have to chase and find each member of the opposition and beat them until they give them the letter. The aim of the game was to beat everyone up and figure out the entire word. As a young pacifist, I tended to stand back and watch the said beating and throw an occasional soft kick into the ribs to maintain the illusion of my allegiance to this violent band of literature warriors. This one time, a car stopped to ask what the fuck we were doing. No time to explain. Love, we're beating the letter. We were chatting about it on the mailbag, and I'm on the No Rules podcast with Specs. I don't know if it's out tomorrow or Friday or when, but they did tell me that Vuj at school used to play a game called Shag Chase or something like that. Basically, all the lads would like try and catch each other and then shag them. Stuff you do. So funny. KPKP 16. Our trend at school was to cut holes in our school jumper sleeves so we could put our thumbs through, like Berbatov used to do at Spurs. Thought you'd like that.
Yes, I did like that. Sorry, I'm distracted trying to find this venue.
Okay. Craig Taylor Broad. We had a weird trend in secondary school where all the guys just went around punching each other in the dick. It only lasted a week, but I attribute any back pain I have now from having days of trying to walk around scrunched up with my hands cupped over to protect myself. School's a battlefield, isn't it?
Did you ever do the tunnel of death, where you would stand? There'd be a row of like 15 kids, right? And you'd go to a wall and you'd put your hands on the wall like this, so you created effectively a tunnel, and the person would have to run through it, and you'd have to fucking kick fuck out of him as hard as you could as he ran past. You ever play that game?
No.
Did you ever play this one? This is what we played in our school, secondary school. It was called Nutmeg Rush. You ever played that?
Sounds like we'd have a different name for it. Go on.
Okay, so there may be 15, 20 kids. It's just, there's no upper limit. Anybody can play this game. It's up to you, right? And you'd find a courtyard. In our school, there was like a joining courtyard between two buildings, and it was like square, so it's perfect. It's almost like an arena. And you'd have a tennis ball, 15 lads, maybe aged between 13 and 15. If the ball goes through your legs, everybody else in the game then rushes you, kicks fuck out of you as hard as they can for 10 seconds until someone says stop, and then it stopped. There was honestly, that's enough. He's had enough. He's had enough, and you're literally battered. And I'm not.
He's crying. Stop.
People would come out of this crying, right? Bruised eyes, black eyes. It was fucking sick, but completely normal to us. And do you know what the kicker is, James? No one forced you to play this. People volunteered.
I know, that's so funny. And imagine there would be moments where that would happen, and then the bell would go. So I go, let's stop.
Right,
off we go.
Yeah, and it wasn't like you get into fights about it. No one got angry with each other. This is the game's the game. And the other thing, this is it, Jim, last one. We used to have at Highbury Grove School two football pitches, effectively, concrete football pitches. Right. You had the top one and you had the bottom one. The bottom one was sunken. So you had to walk down steps to get into it, right? So they'd build brick walls around, and there's this sunken football pitch for some reason, right? About 5-6 foot, and then around each of the sides was a huge gate to stop the balls from going into the road.
Right.
Fucking really high. The tannoy, there might be 100 kids in this football pitch, all playing their own games, chilling out, whatever it might be. The tannoy would go back to go to classes. That meant the race begun. Everybody, you had to go. The tannoy went, you had to start running to your bag, get all your shit, and then get out of there as fast as possible. The last person gets rushed by everybody in the sunken playground. There was one time this kid was like in a race, realized that he was not going to get to his bag and blazer in time, fucked it off, and just left his blazer there. And everyone waited for him to see if he was going to go back to get his blazer. And the last one was there's a guy called Mark Habishaw, who was clearly the last one. He was lost. He didn't react quick enough at all. Everyone was waiting at the bottom of the stairs. He just turned around and ran and climbed up the gate, down the back of the gate, and just went home. Mark Habishaw. I'll always remember that.
He used to get drunk and wee in the corner, didn't he? You were talking about him last week. Did you have any nutters who were like, I'll be last?
Yeah.
Did anyone have that? Did you have anyone who wanted to be rushed? Wanted to be
like tough one? Kid. So some of the kids, they were off limits.
Yeah.
No, you wouldn't do it. They were like, if they were that hard, they would just be going, I'll save it. I've got to get to class anyway.
Yeah.
I ain't going to do it. There was one time, last story, James, I fucking flung a tennis ball into the sunken playground because it had been booted over. And I watched it and I was like, oh, man, there's a group of hard kids in the middle. And I was like, oh, no. Because I could see just from the angle that I'd launched this, that the trajectory was going to be around where they stood. And it come down and just pinged one of them on the head. And just sank and thought, it'll never know it was me. I got grassed on, but I was quite liked, like as much as I didn't really kind of fit into the school. I never really had much trouble from the bigger kids. They kind of let me off a lot.
We had when you're in year 9, you go up to like the big playground. There's a smaller playground, big playground. Big playground was year 9 to year 11. And there was one thing called the cage, and that was where everyone played football. And and we sort of like tried to get involved in that. And the year 11s would play us, and I used to get the shit kicked out of me. It was mad. And they had this thing where like they sort of put the ball in the corner, and everyone knew what that meant.
Yeah.
And then there would be the first person to go into the corner, and then it just fucking kill. Mate, I literally got this because I was probably about 4'7", maybe in year 9.
4'7"? It's tiny.
And there's lads there who I know because I know how tall they are because they were adult by that point. They were like 6'3", and
wow.
And they'd hoof the ball up, and you sort of stand and try and have a little go at it, and you just get munched.
Yeah,
terrific.
We'll
finish off with 2 power moves because I thought one I think is an absolute belter. One's a bit more questionable. So let's start with that one. Archie says, is it a power move to rest your arm behind your mate when sitting at a pub? Thoughts?
Oh, I think it's affectionate.
Yeah, I do too.
I will often put my arm around someone's chair, and it's from a position of love.
Yeah, I do too, and I find it quite comfortable. Somehow.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'd happily have a man's arm around me.
Yeah. That could be awkward with me. You sit next to each other next time, both trying to do it. Just both have an arm around the back of each. Yeah. I've heard so. My mate said it was one of the most horrific moments of his footballing career. He was a forward and he sort of ran into the channel and the ball sort of run out, or he was offside or something, and someone fell over with the defender and him, and as they were running back, they both went to go to pat the other person, and they both went, and their hands went like that.
That's good. That's quickly talk about rugby a lot.
It's horrible. Yeah.
Do you know the worst kind of people? Blokes that take five aside on a Wednesday night too seriously.
I used to lose it with the ref, but the ones that want to hurt you, it's just like, come on. Yeah, that's grim. Final power move to get you through the weekend. It's a good one, this. You might need it in some of your social interactions. James Kettle, power move for you. When you meet someone who has a very good job, ask them, so how did you fall into that? Implying it took no work or effort and was just good luck. I thought that was good. 57 likes as well. People enjoyed that one. So how'd you fall into that? It's good. Right. That was a bumper edition.
Do you want to play one game of that thing?
Oh, yeah, okay. So the football.co. Yeah, do you know what? These are just a bunch of lads who've got this game, and it's a good game, and they're trying to get it going. So they've got this Kickstarter. So go check it out. And honestly, I think for all groups of mates, this is a belter. This is really good. So yeah, you have two sets. This bit with the times, this bit with the different things, and we'll pick two at random, and then we'll negotiate. I didn't realise it was Smithy had pinched that. Oh, okay, not that one. Not that one. By the way, if you want to play at home, players.
What are you doing?
Oh, here you go. Players to play in Arsenal's 2003-4 Invincibles Premier League season.
I don't want to do that one.
Oh, okay.
Just give me another one. I don't want to talk about that. That one.
Okay, so this is players to play in blank team, it says. So we can pick the team. So whoever says a team in the chat next, that will be the team that we'll pick. And it will be...
How many seconds?
Hang on. That's too long. 20 seconds. Let's do 20 seconds. So we'll have to negotiate now. Everton. Thomas Martin, well done. So Everton. Players to play for Everton. 20 seconds. How many do you think you can do?
Is this of all time or right now?
All time. I'll let you.
I reckon I could do 8.
In 20 seconds?
Oh, in 20 seconds. So fuck. No. Yeah.
Go on. Yeah, go. Go on then. Have a go.
Right.
So hang on, wait.
Shit, so my brain. This is my brain's doing the thing it does.
Calm down.
I can't do it.
Your time starts in 3, 2, 1, go.
Nigel Martin, Calvert-Lewin, Duncan Ferguson, Nicky Barmby, David Unsworth, Seamus Coleman, and anybody. Just Anders Limpar. Is that 8?
That is 8. Yeah, 8? Well done. You win. Congratulations.
What? Anders Limpar? Where did that come from?
I don't know.
You don't even know.
No, I do. He played for Arsenal, didn't he? That's probably why.
I'm pretty sure he played for Everton as well.
Yeah, he did. He definitely did. Right, there you have it. TheFootballGame.co. Go support the boys.
All right. Take care, everyone.
All right,
have
guys.
A wonderful week.
Yeah. Come on, QPR. Come on, Tottenham. Come on, all your friends' teams, except for Rotherham. Right. Bye-bye.